There was a certain king who had 3 sons, and he called his sons to him one day and he said, "We need to talk. It's time I decide which of you should have the kingdom after me." And they said, "Oh no, you're going to die." And he says, No, I'm not going to die." "Well, I'm going to die someday." "Not yet. At least I hope it's not yet, but that's not important. What's important is I'm going to need some time to figure out which of the 3 of you should be the one who follows after me. So I've devised something of a test. I've decided that the first of the 3 of you who saves a woman in distress, that's the one who'll be the king after me." Now I know you're thinking, "Oh no, not one of these sexist stories," but hang on, it's got a twist. So the oldest says to his father, "Father, I'm the oldest. I should go first." And the king says, "Fine, you can leave in the morning." So the next morning he got his horse and he saddled up, climbed up on top of the horse and rode out of the palace gates on down the road in search of his adventure. And as he went down the road, the first person he came across was an old woman with a goat. And she said, "Sir, would you help me milk my goat?" And he says, "Woman, I'm a prince. Princes don't milk goats. Milk it yourself." And he rode on a little further and he came to a young woman with a baby in her arms. And she said, "Sir, would you help me feed my baby?" And he said, "Woman, I'm a prince and a man at that. I don't feed babies. Feed it yourself." And he rode on down the road until he came to an old man who had an axe. And he said, "Sir, would you help me chop some wood?" And he says, "Man, I'm a prince. Princes don't do labor. Chop the wood yourself." And he rode right on by. And he went searching for his adventure, but he never found it. So, after a while he comes back to the palace and the second son says, "Father, he had his chance. It's my turn now." And the father says, "Well, all right, leave in the morning." So the next morning he saddles up his horse and he climbs on the back and he rides out the palace gates on down the road in search of an adventure. And as he goes down the road, the first person he runs across is the old woman with the goat. "Sir, would you help me milk my goat?" "Woman, I'm a prince. Princes don't milk goats. Milk it yourself," he says. And he rides right on by. Soon he comes to the young woman with the baby. She says, "Sir, would you help me feed my baby?" "Woman, I'm a prince and a man at that. I don't feed babies. Feed it yourself." And he rode right on by. And he comes to that old man with the axe who says, "Sir, would you help me chop some wood?" And he says, "Man, I'm a prince. Princes don't do labor. Chop it yourself." And he rode right on by. And as he searched and he searched and he searched, he never did find a woman in distress. And so he finally came home. Well, the third son says, "Father, it's my turn." And the father says, "You can leave in the morning." So the next morning he got up early and he saddled up his horse and he rode on out the palace gates down the road in search of his adventure. And as he rode down the road, the first person he came to was an old woman with a goat. "Sir, would you help me milk my goat?" "Woman, I'm a prince. Princes don't milk goats. I don't know how to do that." She says, "Well, I'll show you." He says, "All right." So he climbed on down and she got him under there. She showed him how to hold it and to pull and squeeze at the same time so the milk would come out. And he said, "Would you look at me? I'm a prince and I'm milking a goat." And where'd she go? "Well, I guess I got myself a goat." So he takes the rope for the goat and he takes the horse and he climbs back up on top and he rides slowly down the road. Soon he comes to a young woman with a baby and she says, "Sir, would you help me feed my baby?" And he says, "Woman, I'm a prince and a man at that. I don't even know what babies eat." And she says, "Babies eat milk." And he says, "Would you imagine that? And me with a whole container of it right here." So he climbs down and she shows him how to hold the baby and how to hold the milk so the baby can drink and breathe at the same time. And he says, "Would you look at me? I'm feeding a baby and I'm doing a..." Oh no. Where'd she go? "Well, I guess I'm a family man now." So he takes the baby and he takes the rope for the goat and he climbs up on the horse and he rides on down the road. Soon he comes to the old man with the axe who says, "Sir, would you help me chop some wood?" "Man, I'm a prince. Princes don't do labor, but I've got some responsibilities now. I could use a job." And the old man says, "Well, this will work out. If you can chop the wood, I can sell the wood and we can make it work. And you and the baby can stay with me." So the prince moves in with the old man. Every day the prince takes his axe out and he chops wood. He likes that feeling in his back, tired, but a good strong feeling. And so he comes home at the end of every day and he sits in his chair and he plays with the baby. Soon the baby grows up and the small baby becomes a strapping lad at 12 years old. And one day the prince has just come in and he's sitting in his chair feeling the good feeling in his back. And all of a sudden the boy comes bursting in the door. And his father, guess what? And the prince says, what? He says, you know that old woman that lives down the road? Yeah. Well, she's got a granddaughter. I just saw her today. And the prince says, well, that's nice. He says, oh, she had a new outfit on too. It's this big red cape with a hood. And the prince laughs at that. And the boy turns and runs out. Well, the prince is sitting there thinking about it. He's grown big and a lot of years has gone by, he says. I never got my chance, not like my brothers. Because I ended up having to take care of the boy and this is no good, he says. I can't be thinking like this. You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen that old woman. I'm going to go see her now. So he picks up his axe and he puts it on his shoulder and he walks on down the road on the way to Grandma's house. It's a good thing he did right then, too. Because when he got there, the big bad wolf had just shown up. And he took care of the big bad wolf and he saved Grandma and he saved Little Red Riding Hood. And this is the place where one story gives way to another. It's my understanding that everybody lived happily ever after. And the prince, well, he became a king. And apparently, he's doing a fine job of things. And that is my story.